Okay, let's just jump right in. It's pretty rare for a single company to waltz into a mature market and just completely rewrite the rules. But in the world of 3D printing, that's exactly what this startup, Bambu Lab, did.
I mean, their arrival just stunned the industry. Vets in the space described it perfectly. They said Bambu Lab drew a line in the sand. Think about it. Before them, the market was all about printers you had to endlessly tinker with, right? Bambu Lab came in and changed that whole expectation, almost overnight.
And when I say explosive, I mean it. They launched on Kickstarter with this super modest goal, just $10,000. They ended up raising over $7 million. That's not just a successful launch. That's a huge, flashing neon sign that people were desperate for a machine that, just works.
So, how did a company that came from the drone industry completely blow up the 3D printing world? Well, it wasn't an accident, that's for sure. It all comes down to a very specific blueprint, a set of principles that guided their every single move.
All right, so principle number 1, and this is probably the most important piece of the puzzle. It's not about the tech, not at first. It's about the people.
See, this is key. Their background is everything. These guys weren't your typical 3D printing hobbyists. No, they came from the big leagues, a world where you build super complex, super reliable electronics for a mass market. Stuff that absolutely has to work perfectly, every time.
And just look at this team. I mean, come on, we're talking about the brains behind the legendary Mavic Pro drone. You've got experts in motion control, systems engineering, AI, the whole shebang. These guys already had the playbook on how to build a global bestseller. They just needed a new challenge.
So, it wasn't just the technical skills they brought over from DJI. It was this battle-tested confidence. The CEO, Dr. Tao, said it himself. After what they did at DJI, they just knew, they were confident that they could build the best product in the world, period.
And that confidence led to a totally different philosophy for the 3D printing market. They looked at the old way of thinking, the printer's a bit buggy, the community will figure it out, and they just rejected it. Their goal was simple: create a premium, totally seamless experience right out of the box.
Okay, so you've got this killer team, you've got this world-class mindset. What's next? Well, that brings us to principle number 2, which is all about absolute, single-minded focus, pouring all their energy into one thing and one thing only.
And that one thing was the product. Their philosophy was so simple, but honestly pretty radical. They decided to put basically $0 into marketing and funnel everything into engineering. No hype, no big announcements. They just operated in total secrecy and let the product speak for itself.
And they were not kidding around. For 2 whole years, this team worked in complete stealth mode. We're talking no sign on the office door, nothing. Just heads down, relentlessly tweaking and improving the design, completely hidden from the world. And get this, during that secret 2-year grind, they built and tested over 750 different prototypes. To do that, they burned through more than 3 tons of filament. Just think about that, 3 tons. All of this crazy, intense work happened before a single person, a single customer, had even heard the name Bambu Lab.
And you know what's funny? They almost didn't even build a 3D printer. They actually dismissed the idea at first. It was only after they bought some regular old desktop model for a different project and were just so let down by it that they had that aha moment. They realized, wait a minute, this entire market is filled with problems we are perfectly equipped to solve.
Okay, so a killer team and a crazy focus on the product, that's powerful stuff. But that still leaves a big question, right? How in the world did they cram so much next-level technology into a machine that was still competitively priced?
Well, the secret sauce here is something they mastered back at DJI: vertical integration. It's a simple idea, really. Instead of just buying a bunch of standard, off-the-shelf parts and hoping they work together, you control everything. You design the software, you write the firmware, you pick the components, you engineer the entire ecosystem so it all works in perfect sync.
Now, here's the really clever bit. This doesn't just mean using the most expensive parts you can find. No way. Dr. Tao talks about this. Their secret is using the right components and then using their insane software skills to squeeze every last drop of premium performance out of them.
It's about being smart, not just expensive.
And that approach is what let them unlock this whole suite of breakthrough features. We're talking LiDAR for automatic calibration, active vibration compensation so you can print crazy fast, even AI that can detect when a print's failing. These were things you just did not see all together in a consumer machine before. And because of that integration, it all just worked.
So you add all that up, the team, the focus, the engineering, and what's the end result of this three-part blueprint? It's so much more than just a hit product. It was a fundamental, seismic shift for the entire 3D printing world.
I love how Dr. Tao puts it. He said they didn't just sell a new printer, they sold a new expectation. The whole idea that a 3D printer should just work, right out of the box, with no fuss, that suddenly went from being a dream to the new standard.
And this created what people now call the Bambu effect. It's this ripple that went through the whole industry, forcing everyone else to get better. All these competitors who were kind of just coasting along, they suddenly had to wake up and start innovating again. And honestly, that's a win for all of us.
So, at the end of the day, their meteoric rise wasn't luck. It wasn't a fluke. It was a plan. It was the direct result of executing that blueprint with absolute precision. A world-class team with a unique mindset, a die-hard product-first philosophy, and that deep integrated systems engineering.
Look, they've already turned an entire industry on its head once. They've promised their next generation of printers will be another massive leap. So now, as they get ready for that next move, the question isn't if they'll change the industry again, it's what are they going to change next.